Okay, so about 25-ish years ago, Christa and I were living in Florida, and we had this great property that had several fruit trees on it. We had grapefruit, we had oranges, tangerine, and a bunch of different fruit trees. And we got a letter in the mail saying, hey, by the way, we're coming to cut your trees down and we're the government. And there's nothing you can do about it. Here's $20 per tree. Truth. We used to get hundreds of pounds of fresh produce right out of our backyard year after year from those fruit trees. No issues with the fruit trees, no bugs, no citrus canker, no nothing. But we get a letter in the mail saying, we're from the government and we're here to help. We're here to help you have no fruit trees, and here's $20. Deal with it, Buster. So what happened basically was somewhere there was a citrus canker outbreak. However, we found out that it was nowhere near us, and the nearest actual grove was 10 to 15 miles away, depending on how you measure it. But regardless, they didn't have an issue, and neither did our trees, yet they came without our permission and cut them down. Now, I say that because that's just a teensy-weensy little example of time and time and time again, how if the government wants something, they're just gonna do it. Somebody's house is in the way of the freeway they wanna to build. Instead of building around it, oh, heck no, I don't care that you've lived there for 50 years and you own it and your family has paid for that and they've been there 100 years. It doesn't matter. We're taking it and here you go. Table scraps. And we've seen time and time and time again how the government will work with bigger businesses and they will funnel them into monopolies so that it's easier to control the flow of people, goods, and services. Look at Rockefeller, people. He figured out the very best way to get uber rich is monopolies. And the way you do that is you got to work with the government. You got to pal up with the government. So fast forward to today, all that to say this, the FDA is green lighting lab grown meat for you to eat. You've all heard about the crickets. I mean, everybody's heard about the crickets. Oh, they're bringing the crickets. They are putting crickets in everything you eat. But here's the next level. No. We know you love your Chick-fil-A sandwiches or your grills or your barbecue chicken. It does not matter. Forget about all that because you're not going to have actual real chicken anymore. You're going to have Franken chicken. Franken meat. Your burgers? No. They're not burgers. They're genetically grown Petri dish things. So let me read to you just a little bit of an article, and you probably have seen bunches of this all over. It's not just one place, but there are puff pieces on, oh, how great this is going to be. Isn't it awesome? Isn't it awesome? And they never, ever, ever look at the downside, and that ought to throw red flags up. If there's never a downside, wonder who's making the money. Wonder that. Okay, so FDA says lab-grown chicken's safe to eat. This is by Reason. Emma Camp. She's a stellar pillar of the publishing and writing communities. This chick, she knows what's what because there's nothing in here that says anything except adopt it. Yay. But anyway, here you go. The future of our planet. This is the first sentence. The future of our planet depends on how we feed ourselves, ... And we have a responsibility to look beyond the horizon for smarter, sustainable ways to eat, says Good Meat CEO. Now, I'm going to come back to what I'm getting ready to tell you, but having not lived on a farm, lived on a mini farm, and being around farmers, I can promise you it is a load of horse pucky that people are saying that there's not enough way to feed us. There's plenty. With this small piece of property, I guarantee I could feed 5 families if we just managed it differently. There are video after video after video, people in California who are making enough, food on a quarter of an acre in their backyard that they have their own business feeding family after family after family. It's all about how you manage it, and it's all about getting big government and big business out of your regulations and pocketbook and how you manage stuff. There is plenty of ways you can feed people. We do it all the time. But anyway, I digress. So back to the article. Okay. So they're basically saying lab grown, safe to eat. Here we go. FDA, there's a letter saying that they're receiving no good questions, letter from the FDA, and subsequent clearance from the USDA to allow good meat. Nice name, huh? Good meat. It should be good proteins arranged in a certain way to scale up manufacturing and begin its introducing products to the American consumer. Just as the United States has been a global leader in modernizing conventional food and agricultural techniques, it too can lead in the emerging alternative protein space. Protein space. Okay. All my mind is so just going to that scene in The Matrix. You remember the movie The Matrix when they're in the Nebuchadnezzar ship and they're all eating that white glop that just kind of blobs out from that tube, and they're like, what is that? And they're talking about whether it's tasty wheat or it has everything you need. Here's all your nutrients. Enjoy. Okay. Good Meat is owned by Eat Just Food Company, known for its plant-based mayo and egg alternatives. Look this up. But here's the thing, guys. It's everywhere. They're pushing lab-grown meat. Now, okay, honestly and truthfully, if you want to eat crickets and you want to have that on, go for it. My problem is this, and this is probably the problem of a lot of you, and if you have a problem, type down below. Here it is. They're going to remove your choice. Now, this is Brad's opinion, but they're going to remove your choice just the same way that they took our citrus trees away and we didn't have choice. Just the same way that big business and government work together like the Rockefellers did, and they create monopolies, and then they funnel your choice down to a non-choice. And then you don't have a choice. This is the only thing you can buy. Now, here's just a crazy, crazy, crazy hypothetical situation. You decide whether or not this is possibly real. You put your 2 cents down below, okay? What if, just hypothetical, that there might be some kind of, there's a crazy sickness out in the world, and they make you do a certain thing so that everybody has to participate, or else nobody's safe, and that's bad for everybody, so we're going to force you to do it. Crazy, right? Never happen. So let's think about, what if something crazy were released, and oh my gosh, chickens are so bad for you, and chicken farts, that is what's destroying the ozone, even though there's a hole in the ozone. And I remember that because they told me in high school and junior high, there's a hole in the ozone, but wait a minute, the space is a vacuum. Where does our atmosphere go? Forget about that. So there's the chicken farts and cow farts. That's what's causing the hole in the ozone to remain open. But forget about that. The hole in the ozone doesn't really matter. Chicken farts are bad. We've got to save the earth, so chickens got to go, and we're going to start culling all these chickens. Sound crazy? Sound crazy? It's crazy, isn't it? And then wait a minute, don't worry though, because we have this protein glop compressed into a thing, and you can eat that and believe you're having chicken or beef or whatever. It's happening now, folks. And again, you want to eat the crickets, you want to do this, you want to do that, go for it. They're removing your choice. Now, how does one react to this? Well, do what you want. I think that they're banking on the fact that you do not know that they're putting this stuff like the crickets. They're already got the crickets in a lot of products, and they're going to continue. They're going to start putting these ingredients into things, and they're not going to tell you it's lab grown meat. They're going to say something like, and somebody can probably put the exact comment down below, but they'll put it something deceptive like not naturally found, like ingredient, like not found naturally in nature. Or they'll say it's something like that where you're like, oh, sounds okay. I mean, a lot of things aren't found in nature. I guess that's good to eat. And they won't just tell you lab-grown meat. They won't tell you. They never do. They never do. That's like when politicians make a bill and they'll say this sounds positive when it's really destroying a thing. Same thing. They put a happy spin on it. But you watch, it's going to start popping up. And the only way that if you really want to not be involved, you want to get this out of your world, I don't want this. I'd really rather have my local farmer provide my chicken. I'd really rather just get my eggs from there. Or I'd really rather just buy cheese from the local Mennonites and Amish. Or they're going to take away that choice if they're allowed to, because that's how you make big money. It's easier to control. It's easier to manage. That's how you make it. And guess what? If your choice is gone, you're really easy to control, aren't you? Think about it. Thoughts down below. Tell me what you think. As long as you're nice, your comment will stay up. I am sure we will have plenty of troll robots paid for by the big GOV and lobbyists, because it happens. Every time we do a video like this, you're going to see tons of stuff that's like, well, that seems weird and random. Like, no thinking person would say that. Well, it's because it was programmed to say that, and it's there. It happens a lot. Anyway, you guys decide for yourselves, but you should be informed, don't you think? And I think you should have choice. I hope you think you should have choice. Anyway, Brad with the Big Family Homestead, you guys have an amazing and blessed day.